If there's any question that GOP lawmakers are incentivized to govern as immorally as possible to demonstrate their undying devotion and loyalty to Donald Trump, well, this story involving Republican Senator Pat Toomey should really seal the deal for you. This should really clarify and crystallize just how cultish the Republican Party has become. Now, Pat Toomey is one of the Republican senators who, actually did try to hold Trump accountable for his actions, inciting the riots that took place on January 6th. And so as a result, the Washington County, Pennsylvania Republican Party has voted to censure him, okay? And there might be other, municipal Republican parties in the state that are going to censure him as well. This is their way of showing their absolute displeasure with the fact that Pat Toomey, who by the way is not seeking re-election in 2022, I think that's a relevant part of this, for once actually tried to hold Trump accountable. Now, what was fascinating though was Dave Ball, and the comment that he had in regard to Pat Toomey. Who's Dave Ball? He's the Washington County GOP chair. And he said this in a local news report, and I'm quoting him verbatim. "We did not send him there to vote his conscience. We did not send him there to do the right thing or whatever he said he's doing. We sent him there to represent us." They just say it out loud, guys. They just say it out loud. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about freedom. They don't even care about keeping government small. They don't care about any of it. They don't care about morality. And I mean, honestly, I kind of already knew that based on the way Republicans govern in this country. But now they're just saying it out loud. Aida, they're saying it out loud. So it's just, again, this is because Toomey voted to convict Trump of doing what he actually did. Incite an insurrection on January 6th. It's amazing.
It's a brotherhood, if you will. It's we say cult, we say we have so many terms to describe this thinking, but what it is, it's white supremacy, it's systemic oppression, it is toxic capitalism, it is sexism, racism, all of these things rolled up in a nice little ball. And your job when you are part of the team is to uphold the system to keep that in place because that keeps us rich. So how dare you? And listen, I respect people like that more than the ones that pretend, because he said we didn't send him there to vote his conscience or his morality. So what does that tell you about what they think about the people? And that's really what that's about, because the morality is, regardless of what you feel about that woman, she got shot in the neck and killed because she really believed something she really believed, right? Like that, she was led there by propaganda, fear, misinformation, and multiply her by all the people that were there. They don't matter. And it doesn't matter how much you and I say this to them, because they've been told that because they're white, that they deserve more and that they are entitled to more, and they believe that. And that's why they showed up there with their Confederate flags, and they were there to fight on behalf of whiteness. No matter what whiteness means in America, no matter how much the struggle, no matter how much starvation and how much poverty they could be faced with, at least they have their whiteness. And so this is something that people of color and Black people have been saying all along, that they feel. And now even white people are starting to feel it, because they don't give a damn about anybody but themselves, yo. It's all about that top 1% and the bag.
Which is why it's so important to have a political party that's willing to do what it takes to actually offer the American people something substantive, right? Because the divide and conquer, I mean, you talk about this all the time, Aida, and you're absolutely right. It's very easy to exploit people who are frustrated, who feel neglected, who feel left behind, and direct them toward a hateful place. Because, by the way, during the Reconstruction era, the KKK succeeded and the KKK at that point was basically, it consisted of slave owners and wealthy white people who wanted to keep slavery in the country, right? And so the way they got poor whites on their side was by essentially pushing this message of, look, you might be poor, but imagine if you were considered equal to black people, right? Yep. Like that's what ending slavery is gonna do. You don't want that. You want to at least be better than black people. Like that was the message. And it worked, and that's a similar message that you're hearing from the Republican Party right now. What we need from the Biden administration, from the Democratic Party, is an actual response with substantive economic relief, but more importantly, real economic reform, right? That has lasting power in this country, not just a quick, we're gonna pass a bill, a quick Band-Aid, and then we're gonna move on. That's not enough. There are deep wounds in this country. And unfortunately, like I'm not seeing the Democratic Party respond to it in a robust and aggressive way. And there are severe consequences that come along with not responding in the way they should.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.